Hello folks, today is Friday, March 24th, 2024. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about all the video game news that has been going on this week. Yes, I'm still at home because the office, I told you guys that the ceiling was leaking. It's still leaking at gameranx HQ, so shout out to our landlord. I say that like he watches YouTube videos. I don't even think he knows how to use a computer. But anyway, let's talk about the news. The first thing, we haven't started off a show in a while with just like, look at these really cool graphics, but we got something cool we stumbled upon this week. So check this out. This is from a YouTuber by the username No More Paywalls, who dropped this video called Cyberpunk 2077 Test Beta Photorealistic Graphics Mod. This visually is absolutely awesome. So what you get here is Night City, but you know, with a little bit of a more realistic color palette. It's a little less stylized and more focused on real world, more realistic foliage and vegetation, and also kind of overcast skies and more natural lighting on the buildings and stuff. So while I love Night City because it is so bright and neon and hyper stylized, it's really cool to see this person, No More Paywalls, make a bunch of mods and really connect a bunch of already existing mods together to make this really awesome alternative take on Night City. This is really cool. So if you do want to check out the whole thing, I'm going to link it in the description down below. As of right now with this video, judging from his response to comments, there's a little bit of a language barrier, but like this isn't a full mod yet. This is something like a whole kit he's working on, so maybe we'll hear more about it soon, but check out his channel if you want. He also did some other good mods where you can see cars in action, like with a little bit more real world visuals on those and the car models themselves. Still, I always say though with stuff like this, like with modders and people doing stuff, like when somebody loves a game and has passion, the sky is the limit. I know with the gaming news, it's often gloom and doom, but then you just look at what individual people are doing with these things and it's cool. Next up, let's talk about one of the Rockstar co-founders and their next game. Dan Houser, who you probably remember left Rockstar Games a few years ago and broke up the famous Rockstar Games duo of history that was Sam and Dan Houser, is working on his own new thing. We knew that he started up a new studio, a new venture called Absurd Ventures, but we didn't know exactly what they were working on, and now we sort of do a little bit, thanks to some eagle-eyed journalists at IGN and a couple of other places that spotted job openings for like game development positions at Absurd Ventures for specifically, and I quote, working on an open world action adventure game, also third-person action across multiple modes, as well as non-combat forms of action gameplay. So driving, mounts, climbing, traversal, platforming, centered around Unreal Engine 4 or 5. So that's not too much to go on, but sounds like, you know, one of the co-creators of Rockstar Games and one of the people who spearheaded a lot of modern Rockstar games, all the Grand Theft Auto games, is making an open world third-person thing, which, you know, cool. We do know that this is going to be a little bit more of a sci-fi lean because Absurd Ventures has been public about how it's not just a game studio, it's making intellectual property and doing a whole thing. So like they're going to try and bust into video games, TV shows, books, graphic novels, whatever. That is incredibly ambitious, and in my opinion, the thing has to always come first. They have to put out something and it's cool, and then let's see where we go from there. But they have everything in mind, and as of right now, they are dropping a kind of audio experience, like one of those almost like podcast adventures you listen to. And this is apparently set in the same world that this game is going to be set in, and the sci-fi world is quoted as being called a better paradise. There are going to be 12 episodes for like this first volume, but like really that's what we got. There's like a little bit of a description, but it's hard to connect anything so far. But all you need to know is that like a better paradise is going to be the universe of this Dan Houser thing. Something a little bit alternative this week in like the world of like Rockstar GTA 6 news, so I figured I'd share that. That's pretty interesting. Hey, now jumping over here to talk cool tech. You know I love cool tech. And the sponsor of today's video, it's Viture and their next generation XR glasses. I'm committing to wearing these for the whole thing. These are the world's first XR glasses designed for gamers, and now they're back and better than ever. With these, the newest VITURE Pro glasses. You have a bigger degree of privacy with these glasses, as well as a higher quality and drastically brighter screen that looks incredible. Great sound once again by Harman, as well as adjustment for myopia, as well as swappable little nose pads to get the right fit on your glasses. And the upgraded electromagnetic film does a really good job of essentially turning down the lights and helping you get more immersed. The glasses can connect to MacBooks or smartphones to get like this cool multi-screen experience via the Spacewalker app. And then of course there's a gaming aspect, which I recommend getting a dock pack and then hooking this bad boy up to your Steam Deck or your Switch. It provides up to 9 hours of extra battery life, plus it can support co-op if you hook up another pair of glasses to it. Maybe you take the subway or you're on an airplane and you just want a screen right in front of you without actually dragging a screen around. Plus, they collaborated with 8BitDo on a controller. These guys are the GOATs, and this thing is compatible with almost all Bluetooth devices. So if you want to check these bad boys out for yourself, I got the hookup. All you got to do is click the links in the description down below. You can get 10% off the entire order except for the VITURE Pro glasses, but there are tons of accessories for every type of person, whether you're working or playing. So again, check those links in the description down below. And now let's get back to the show. But now we got a spicy rumor. Take this with a grain of salt, because we don't know if this is true or not, but like another PSP, Sony is working on a new PlayStation portable thing, a PlayStation handheld. There have been rumors quite a bit for a very long time, and a new one bubbled up that's a little weird. I just wanted to highlight. This has been shared on Resetera and a bunch of places, but it's quoting a Russian journalist who apparently got some of the calls correct in terms of like when Sony was starting to launch their games on PC. So people are looking at this and thinking, maybe, but the rumor suggests that this is a PlayStation handheld centered more around PS4 games available on it, specifically written about like PS4 games that are also available and playable on Steam and Steam Deck. So I don't really know what to make of this. It might be a language barrier or a translation thing. Maybe it's PS4 and PS5 games. I don't know. The quote translated roughly says, I can confirm that Sony is preparing a new PSP for release, but there are only PS4 games in the launch lineup, which are generally already available on PC and therefore on Steam Deck. Retail chains, by the way, are quite skeptical. Either Sony is doing something completely or they're keeping secrets from their partners. So it could be murky, half information. We don't know. There's a lot of speculation and debate online. I don't know about this one yet. But with there being so many other PlayStation handheld rumors in the past, I don't know. All I will say is that there has to be some change of thinking going along, obviously, because number one, Sony leadership, PlayStation leadership changed up. We talked about that in last week's Friday show, with Jim Ryan no longer being at the head, but also the fact that the PlayStation Portal was actually quite a bit of an unexpected success for them. So maybe they are thinking more handheld. This rumor makes it sound like it's further along. I don't know either way. I have no predictions here, but I just figured I'd put that out there because I saw some people talking about it, so it was worth mentioning. Next up, Call of Duty returns. Can you believe it? Yes, that's right. There's another one. We've known this for a while. This is Call of Duty Black Ops 6, now officially confirmed. There was like a little bit of a tease campaign thing this week with some cool like marketing stuff that I felt kind of like old school, but we do know that we're going to get more information soon. It's the summer of gaming news, or it's almost the summer of gaming news, so keep your eyes peeled. As of right now, we just know that Black Ops 6 is rumored to be centered, and the viral marketing stuff that they've been doing for it suggests it's centered around the Gulf War. So yeah, whether you like Call of Duty or not, it's just a sign of everything. Like the gaming news is like ramping up at this point. Summer Game Fest is in like 2 weeks. Jeff Keighley's big thing, so we're probably going to be talking about a lot more. I'll be there. So yeah, did I hit record? Oh, thank God. I thought I didn't hit record. Oh my God. Okay, I'm glad I did. Next up though, this is a rumor that dropped at the end of like last week, so I didn't get a chance to cover it in the show, but this is a rumor suggesting that the developers Creative Assembly behind the Total War games are working on a Star Wars game. This is potentially great if this rumor is true. I love Star Wars. I've been on record about that. I don't talk about the movies online and stuff. It's a mess. But I've loved Star Wars for my whole life, and I've also loved Star Wars video games. And back in the day, there were a million Star Wars games to play, and it feels like we're getting back to that point, and especially if this turns out to be true, because a Star Wars strategy, RTS type thing is just perfect. We've had so many of them. A lot of them were fantastic. And for Creative Assembly to be cooking up a new one, a Total War Star Wars or something like that, I am going to be there day one. This is not confirmed yet, though. This is an inside source telling Dual Shockers. So again, take that with a grain of salt. But you know, it's something I definitely want to see. Next up, in terms of releases this week, we have Senua Saga, Hellblade 2. I reviewed this. I did the before you buy, and I think it's all right. I don't love it as much as the first one. It's very short. It's hard to justify the cost. But if you like the original game, maybe check it out at some point. You know, opinions are very mixed on this one, but a lot of people were thinking it was doom and gloom for Ninja Theory. The developers behind this, of course, are now owned by Microsoft. And with this game releasing, a lot of people are looking at this like, Tango Gameworks with Hi-Fi Rush and Arcane Austin with Redfall, with people suggesting that Ninja Theory's days are numbered. they're going to be shut down. That's the narrative that's been going around online, but I have seen a report that does suggest otherwise. This report comes from Windows Central, who often has a good track record of getting some things right on the Windows and Xbox side of things, saying that, and I quote, "We can confirm via our trusted sources that in addition to Project Mara," that's something that they've been working on for a long time, "Ninja Theory's next game has already been green lit," which is the industry term or like business term of like getting the okay, the go ahead to continue working on a new project. The quote also says there are no plans whatsoever to close the studio anytime soon. So that can change on the daily. You never trust the corporations, really. I mean, famously, Arcane Austin and Tango Gameworks were working on prototypes of other things at that time, but maybe Ninja Theory is going to stick around. We'll see where that goes, though. But next up, we have some game trailers and stuff for this week. Another new release this week, don't miss it, is Starstruck Vagabond. This is a game from Yahtzee over at Second Wind. Yahtzee, of course, who you may remember from The Escapist, a great critic and YouTuber. This game seems like it has a lot of charm, so if you're looking for something a little more lo-fi, maybe consider checking this out. Also, please don't miss Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. That's been released after long anticipation. It released on a Thursday, not a Friday, so I almost missed it. Also, we got a big gameplay trailer for The Precinct, which is a game I've been keeping my eye on. It's not, I didn't think it would be my type of thing, but it's kind of almost like a top-down isometric old school Grand Theft Auto, but fully featured where you're like this rookie detective trying to like get revenge or something, but you're doing helicopter police chases, you're doing shootouts, you're doing detective work, you're arresting people, and it's all old school. It's like 1980s noir thriller style. The gameplay looks cool if you're looking for something a little bit different, so I figured I'd link that down below. Also, College Football 25. So EA is returning to the college football stuff. It's been quite some time. I'm not the biggest sports guy, but I used to like these back in the day and the March Madness basketball games, but that's a whole other story. So we got a nice shiny new trailer for this. It's cool to see that return. So if you're a football game fan, you have something else to play other than Madden, which is probably nice. I mean, it's still all EA. EA has really consolidated the sports market a lot. Kind of sucks, but yeah. Also, you thought I wasn't going to mention it. We got a new story trailer for the Elden Ring DLC. Shadow of the Erdtree got this big glossy new trailer with, of course, From Software's art department just going cuckoo bananas crazy mode once again like they always do. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not like an Elden Ring lore guy. I just played it, but this has a lot of people really excited. And thankfully with this one, we don't have to wait too much longer because, again, remember, this is releasing at the end of June. And with that, head of From Software, Hidetaka Miyazaki, did go on record talking about Armored Core 6, stating that they want to make more. In an interview with IGN Japan, he said, "The Armored Core series is very important to From Software." Obviously, it was like one of their earliest games. But he says, "We have a strong will to continue it in the future. I believe Armored Core 6 was a success." But even still, he did go on to say that, like, you know, the game wasn't perfect and there's room for improvement and they can do a lot more. And honestly, that is very cool to see. Obviously, it's a From Software game, so you think it's a big hit, but that style of game releasing last year in 2023 wasn't like the safest bet by any means. It's a little bit more of an old school style game, but it still managed to be a success and be loved in a year crowded with awesome game releases. So good for them. More mech games, always good. Keep going. But with that, speaking of mechs, let me know what you think about all the stories this week. Of course, Hellblade, Ninja Theory closing, your thoughts on that, but also this weird, murky rumor of a new PlayStation Portable, and of course, Dan Houser's next big open world game. Is it gonna be like Grand Theft Auto, but in space? I don't know, but let me know your thoughts. Let's talk about that, any of the rumors, any of the stories, any of the game releases down in the comments below, and of course, in our pinned comment under this in the comment section, be sure to reply to that and let us know what you're playing this week for our research purposes. You guys do it. We thank you. It legitimately helps us, so thank you. And so does clicking the like button. That helps us because we're here every Friday just giving you the news. So yeah, if you want to yell at me directly, we'll be in the comments as much as possible. But of course, you can always hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and my other YouTube channel, just Jake Baldino. But thank you guys for being here. All I ask is that you have a great weekend. You be safe. Enjoy the holiday weekend if you're celebrating and if you do have time. But either way, pizza's on me. See ya.